Salutations viewers, you're watching Bavery Co. I'm Ben, and today I'm going to give you a quick introduction to the role-playing system Call of Cthulhu. So Call of Cthulhu is, as I said, a role-playing system based on the works of the horror writer H.P. Lovecraft, who was a little-known writer from the early 20th century who resided in New England. A lot of his work was about how, even though as a race we are arrogant and vain, we only play a very, very small part in the cosmic bigger picture. And so they created a role-playing game inspired by some of his works, and some of his monsters, some of his like ethos and his kind of atmosphere. And so I'm just going to give you a quick introduction to that. I won't be doing anything like statting or gameplay. It's just a very quick introduction to what it is and what you need to play the game. So firstly, if you want to get anywhere in Call of Cthulhu, you're going to want to have the core manual. So this is the 6th edition. This is the, if I'm correct, the most recent edition, but a new edition is soon to be released. So yes, this includes how to start, different monsters you can use if you're running a game. It's got stuff like tables and history at the back. This is a very, very useful book to have. You don't need to have it if you're just playing, but if you're creating your own games, you definitely need this book. Up next, you will need a character sheet. So this has like a little space for your name and stuff. It has like just all the stats that your GM, that's the person leading your game. GM is short for game master. They will give you one of these hopefully, and they will walk you through how to fill it out. In terms of dice, you will need at least 3 d6s. This is just a regular dice, a regular d6 dice. You will need at least 3 of those to help you with statting and potentially damage. This is a d100. It is a weirdly shaped dice that has the numbers going up in increments of 10, from 00 to 90. That goes hand in hand with a d10, which has the numbers 1 to 0, 0 being 10 or the highest number. There it is. That goes in increments of 1, and any roll you make in Call of Cthulhu, you roll both your d100 and your d10. Like that. I got 11. That's a very good roll. Other dice you might need a d4, which is this weird triangular dice. You kind of have it like that, you roll it like that, and you read the top number. So a 4 in that case. Other things you might need for Call of Cthulhu, I'd recommend pad of paper and a pen, just so you can make notes during your game. Fill everything out in pencil, because if you're in a campaign, which is a series of adventures strung together, your stats will change, your skills will change. So yeah, definitely write stuff in pencil. So what can you expect from a Call of Cthulhu game? Well, unlike a lot of other role-playing systems, this is very, very much based on investigation. So some of the skills you have are like library use and spot hidden and listen. You are normal humans, in most cases, experiencing something that is not of this world. And therefore you don't just fight it, because they will kill you. You have to investigate, you have to research, you basically gain the knowledge about the Cthulhu mythos, as it were. They're usually quite laid-back, slow-paced games. It's not like action. It's usually build up to a big fight or a series of smaller fights. It can get very intense. If you have severe anxiety issues, I wouldn't recommend this, because this, depending on who your GM is, this can be very, very atmospheric. It's going to be very, very intense, and so if you're susceptible to being triggered by that sort of stuff, Cthulhu isn't really the game for you, because it will just build and build and build. You need a good player party. You need people who are going to take the game seriously but are up for a laugh. In my current university roleplay society, I'm currently in a game of Call of Cthulhu for this term, and so I have a wonderful group of players helping me along. I'm not the GM, I am also a player. I have a wonderful group of fellow players, but our game is currently wild and wacky, but also quite dark and creepy, but we still managed to have a laugh about it. For example, yesterday We were investigating a ritual slab, and a dead squirrel fell onto the slab because the poltergeist that we suspect was attacking us had killed it. And one of my fellow players is like, "Does it look scared?" And so our GM goes, "It's hard to tell. It's a dead squirrel." So, it can be wild and wacky, but it will also carry that dark element at all times. So yeah, that's a quick guide to Call of Cthulhu. So what you need is you invest in the game book. There are other books available which help, especially with character creation. So like this one is the 1920s Investigator's Companion. The game is set in a variety of... You can set the game at any time, but Chaosum Inc., which is the company that prints the books, gives pre-made character sheets for the 1890s, the 1920s, and the 1990s. But you can use the 1920s from anywhere from the 1920s to the 1990s. 1990s can go from anywhere to the 1990s to the 2010s or the future. There are spin-offs like Cthulhu Dark Ages, which is set in like Paleolithic times, Deadlands, which is set in the Wild West. But no, the core guide will help you out with most things. So yes, there will be more videos up in the next few days. I'm trying to make up to you guys for not putting up a lot of content. So yes, I will see you soon, guys. In the description will be links to my and Avery's Twitters, my Tumblr, and yeah, any other ways we think you can contact us. See you guys.